Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down the chaos of Survivor 46 and trying to figure out who the heck is going to win this mess of a season. So far Survivor 46 has been very up and down. There's been a lot of players who I thought might have a chance to win and they just go home. There's been players where I'm like, oh, they have no chance, and now all of a sudden they have a chance again. So I'm going to discuss who the true contenders of Survivor 46 are, and I will also talk about the people that are left who don't have a chance. So I want to go with the categories. The first category, there will be three, is shot in the dark, and then we have mid or like middle, like you have a 50-50 chance, and then you have the top contenders or good chance to win Survivor 46. So without further ado, let's get into the video and start with the shot in the dark category. Starting off with shot in the dark, we have Liz Wilcox. So in the last episode, we saw that Liz was very frustrated because she orchestrated the vote for Tevin. That was all her. But Q's little blow up where he said he wanted to quit took all the tension away from what could have potentially been a game-defining move, which put Liz in the top contention to win the game. And she feels that people are overlooking her as a player and misunderstanding her. If the edit is telling us this, then it's likely that Liz isn't winning. Because usually misunderstood people in Survivor don't win. When the players think, oh, this person's not making moves, they're likely not going to win. Carolyn was misunderstood. You could say that Mike from Survivor 42 had a good chance, but he was misunderstood. And Liz is also misunderstood, and I just think she could potentially be the zero vote finalist of the season. And if you look in the next time on Survivor, the little trailer, looks like she has a insane meltdown, and I don't know if that's going to boost her win equity or not. I think it'll just crash, and right now her win equity is crashing bad. So the shot in the dark to win Survivor 46 is Liz Wilcox. The next person in the shot in the dark category is Q Bret. So Q actually had a good chance to win, in my opinion, until the stunt he pulled. And everyone's talking about how they're not going to give him a jury vote. No one really talked to him. He was left out of the vote and was left in the dark and voted Ben. So I don't know how he's going to be portrayed moving forward. But right now, the edit is portraying him very negatively, and a winner would never get this much negative content in a season. And that was all just in one episode, so I just don't see Q winning. He could be a losing finalist. He could be the next one to go home, so I just don't see him being the winner. At number 6, we have Venus Vafa, the last shot in the dark contestant to win. She's also been portrayed way too negatively, and she has like this overconfident edit. She took all of her Nami ops out, like Hunter, Soda, and Tevin, and now I think she's going to take a backseat or go home at least in the next 2 to 3 episodes. She could be another zero vote finalist. I could see any of these three being zero vote finalists, but I can't see any of these three between her, Q, and Liz as a winner, but I think she has the highest potential right now of the three. So Venus Vafa will take up my number 6 spot. I just think people see her as too snobby or too overconfident, and she thinks she's doing all this great stuff when in reality she's not. At number 5, for the first 50-50, I've got Maria Gonzalez. I think Maria's playing a really strong game, but the edit's not there. I mean, it seems like they're just counting her out, which is really unfortunate. She's being purpled in a sense, which sucks because I think I would believe she'd be winning if she had a decent edit right now. She could easily be like a second place or third place type person with maybe 1 or 2 votes, because it looks like right now her and Charlie are absolutely dominating unless she does something wrong. I don't see a way that Maria gets voted out unless she plays herself out, but I just don't see her winning because of the edit she's getting, unfortunately. If she would have gotten a better edit, I feel like she would have a higher chance on my rating to win, but she was so good at that start. That premiere episode is what I keep going back to. So if she wins, it's probably because of that great premiere she had, but I don't know about right now. At number 4, I've got Tiffany in the 50-50 category. Tiffany, really strong premiere. Tiffany had options with Kenzie and all that, but ever since Q exposed her having the idol, it doesn't seem like she's having the winning type of edit. I don't know if she can win because I feel like we've already seen that Kenzie, Charlie, and Maria all want to take shots at her, and she has no clue. I think she played that last episode flawlessly, and if she can vote out Kenzie, then I think Tiffany probably wins the season. But as of right now, I think Tiffany maybe gets like 6th or 7th, or maybe top 5, but I don't know. I don't see Tiffany winning. I feel like she's going to be that big blindside, that big move that everybody wants on their resume. The question is, who's going to get to put her on their resume? At number 3, the first top contender, I've got Ben Katzman. I think Ben has been portrayed in a very positive way. Everyone talks about him, and he's actually had a really good social game. I just don't see any way that Ben goes home. I think the only way he goes home is if he's like the fire maker loser of the season. But what's keeping me from putting him in the top 2, and what's especially keeping me away from that number 1 spot, we never really hear Ben talk about who he wants out on a strategic level. I feel like all the content that I've seen from Ben isn't really strategy. It's just him socializing with people, which he's really been good at. But I just think he just has that great social game. And I feel like he would be the one that people would be looking at the fire making challenge. You go back to episode 2, he's crying about the fire and making the fire, da-da-da-da-da. It's such an accomplishment. Does he make the fire in the final episode? Does he lose the fire challenge in the final episode? I know something with him is going to involve fire, but I don't see him winning. But I see him as I wouldn't be surprised if he did win, but I just think there's 2 people that have a better chance than him so far. Number 2, Charlie Davis. He's also a top contender. He's gotten a really good edit, a lot of screen time. We hear from Charlie often about what he wants to do, what he doesn't want to do, and it seems like he has a really good chance of winning. He's been the narrator of the season. What's keeping me from putting Charlie at number 1? He's been the narrator of the season. Usually the narrators of the seasons don't typically win. Like last season, the narrator was Drew. 44, it was Carson. 43, it was Owen. They all made it far, but they didn't win. And Charlie, to me, seems like he could be a very solid runner-up. I could see him getting 2 to 3 votes type runner-up, or maybe even 1, something like that. But does he have enough to win? Right now, it seems like he's playing the best game with Maria. But the edit is portraying somebody else in an even better light. At number 1, the top contender, Kenzie Petty. I think Kenzie's going to win the season. Every time we see Kenzie, it's always in a positive type of way. It seems like nobody's really targeting her right now. She wanted that move on Tiff, and I truly think that Kenzie's going to be the one that makes the move on Tiffany. So I think Kenzie, I think a lot of people on the jury would respect her game. Hunter thought that she was his number 1 ally. So, I mean, if that tells you something, there you go. I just see her winning. And if not her, then either Charlie, Maria, or Tiffany. But I just think if she is sitting in a final 3, Kenzie will get the majority of the votes. We saw the people clap for her when she won immunity. We saw her bond with Ben, which could be a foreshadowing of Ben giving her the jury vote at the end to win. Something along those lines. Just people were really highlighting Kenzie in a good type of way, so I think she'll win the season.